Welcome to deep, dark depths, where reality fractures and ancient nightmares bleed into our waking world, leaving us paralyzed with terror. Have you ever woken up in the dead of night, unable to move a single muscle while something watches you closely? This is the terrifying phenomenon known as sleep paralysis, a state where the mind is awake but the body remains frozen. Scientists claim it is merely a disconnect between brain signals and muscle response, a simple biological glitch in our sleep cycle. But for those who experience it, the explanation feels far too simple for the absolute dread that consumes their very soul. Let us take a journey to an isolated location where the veil between the living and the dead is incredibly thin. This decaying hotel stands silently beside an ancient graveyard, resting upon soil that has absorbed centuries of sorrow and death. As you step inside the lobby, the air feels heavy and cold, smelling of old wood, damp earth, and forgotten memories. The receptionist hands over a heavy brass key without saying a word, his eyes looking through you rather than at you. Walking down the endless corridor, the silence is so profound that the sound of your own heartbeat becomes deafeningly loud. You unlock the door to room 303, and the rusty hinges scream in protest, echoing through the empty hall. The room is frozen in time, with a large antique mirror positioned directly opposite the bed, reflecting the gloom perfectly. Through the window, the graveyard below seems to breathe, with mist curling around the graves like ghostly fingers reaching upward. Midnight arrives, and the atmosphere shifts perceptibly, as if the laws of physics have suddenly been suspended within these walls. You try to sleep, but a primal instinct keeps you awake, warning you that you are not alone in this room. Exhaustion finally wins, and you drift into a shallow slumber, unaware that the nightmare is about to manifest in reality. You wake up suddenly, but something is wrong. The air feels dense, pressing down on you like a heavy lead blanket. You try to lift your arm, but it refuses to obey. You are trapped inside your own body, fully paralyzed. Then you hear it, the distinct sound of heavy footsteps dragging slowly across the floorboards outside, approaching your door. The handle turns, and the door creaks open. There is no one there, yet the presence of evil enters the room. In the corner, the shadows begin to coalesce, forming a tall, dark figure that stands perfectly still, watching you. It is the Shadow Man, a faceless entity often reported by victims of sleep paralysis across different cultures and centuries. You attempt to scream for help, but no sound escapes. Your throat is constricted, as if gripped by invisible cold hands. The figure begins to glide towards you, defying gravity, moving with a predatory silence that freezes your blood cold. It looms over your bed, a void of darkness, leaning down until it is mere inches from your terrified face. A low, guttural whispering fills your ears, speaking in a language that sounds like grinding stones and skittering insects. An immense pressure crushes your chest. It feels like an old hag is sitting on you, stealing your every breath. Outside, the spirits of the graveyard seem to respond to your fear, gathering in the mist to witness your torment. Your eyes dart to the large mirror opposite the bed. The reflection shows the room, but something else is different. In the glass, you are not alone. A crowd of silent observers stands around your bed, watching the Shadow Man. A pale, dead hand presses against the glass from the inside, desperate to break through into our physical dimension. Suddenly, a child's giggle echoes from the corner. It is innocent, yet twisted, sending shivers down your paralyzed spine. You try to close your eyes to escape the horror, but fear forces them open. You are compelled to watch. The Shadow Man reaches out and touches your forehead. A cold sensation, like ice water, spreads through your brain. The reality of the room begins to melt away. The walls dissolve, revealing the skeletal remains hidden within the foundation. You feel yourself sinking. The mattress becomes a swamp of darkness, pulling you down into the depths of the underworld. From beneath the bed, dozens of glowing red eyes ignite in the dark, blinking in unison, waiting for your arrival. Your heart hammers against your ribs like a trapped bird, approaching the limit of what the human body can endure. The entity leans in closer, inhaling deep, feeding off your terror. It is a parasite of fear and negative energy. Tears roll down your cheeks, hot and stinging against your cold skin. But your hands remain uselessly glued to your sides. Suddenly, everything stops. The whispering, the footsteps, the wind. The silence is absolute, heavier and more terrifying than the noise. You look at the mirror again. Your reflection sits up and smiles at you, while your real body remains paralyzed. The reflection steps out of the glass frame, walking into the room with a twisted, unnatural gait towards your bed. It leans down to your ear and whispers a single, earth-shattering truth. You are the shadow. I am the reality. With one final surge of adrenaline, you focus all your will on moving just one single finger to break the spell. The finger moves. Your body jolts violently, gasping for air as if you have just surfaced from drowning in deep water. You sit up, lungs burning, heart racing. The room is empty. The Shadow Man and the doppelganger are gone. Dawn breaks outside, casting a gray light over the graveyard. The terror has passed, but the feeling of dread remains. You walk to the mirror, staring at your own reflection, searching for any sign of the entity that mocked you. But then you see it, a faint, fading bruise on your neck, shaped exactly like long, thin, skeletal fingers. Was it truly just a dream? Or did your consciousness travel to a place where dark entities feed on fear? You pack your bags with trembling hands, desperate to leave this cursed place before the sun sets once again. As you leave, the old receptionist watches you go. A knowing, twisted smile plays upon his pale, withered lips. You walk away, vowing never to return. But as you look down, your shadow seems to stretch unnaturally long. Medical science tells us sleep paralysis is harmless, a temporary malfunction of the brain's transition between wakefulness and sleep. Yet history is filled with accounts of the old hag and shadow people, spanning every culture across the globe. Thousands of people report the exact same details: the Hat Man, the pressure, the buzzing sound, and the pure evil. Is it possible that during this state, our brain acts as a receiver, tuning into a frequency usually hidden? Perhaps sleep paralysis opens a doorway to a parallel dimension, allowing entities from the lower astral planes to visit. That hotel may have been a hotspot, a place where the energy of the dead amplifies these terrifying night visions. The proximity to the graveyard acts as a battery, charging the atmosphere with the restless energy of those left behind. You might think you are safe in your own home, in your own bed, protected by locks and blankets. But when the lights go out and your mind drifts away, you become vulnerable to the things that watch from shadows. The mirror in your room is a portal. The shadows in the corner are waiting. The silence is a warning. We may never truly know if sleep paralysis is a trick of the mind or a glimpse into hell. Next time you wake up unable to move, do not open your eyes. Do not look at the corner. Because if you acknowledge them, if you feed them with your fear, they might just decide to stay forever. This phenomenon connects us all in a web of fear, a shared nightmare that transcends language, borders, and time. The human mind is a deep ocean, and we have only explored the surface. The depths are full of monsters. We leave room 303 behind, but the experience stays with you, lurking in the back of your mind. Sleep well tonight. But if you wake up frozen, remember this video and know that you are not alone. Have you ever experienced the Shadow Man? Did you see the hat? Or did you feel the heavy chest pressure? Share your own terrifying experiences in the comments below. We read every single story, no matter how dark it is. If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, please like and subscribe to support our exploration of the darkness. This is Deep Dark Depths, signing off. Stay curious, stay brave, and may your nightmares never follow you into reality.